Hello and thank you for watching. I'm Ashley Van Dyke with Advantage Software, and on today's video, using the seating chart with audio playback, I'm going to show you how simple and easy it is to use Eclipse to automatically play back the audio associated with the speaker that is speaking. Using the seating chart in Eclipse allows you to associate microphones with individual speakers or groups of speakers so that the audio from the assigned microphone will play back when you play back text spoken by that speaker. This is a great way to make use of multiple recording devices to make sure that you get the best possible audio recording and you get easy to use playback. This system works a little bit differently than mixed channels that we covered in a different video. When using multiple audio channels with mixed recording, all of the best information from each of your channels is saved into the mixed channel. Using the seating chart to automate playback, however, instead of combining all of your information into one usable file, leaves all of the information in the individual files and instead calls on the appropriate audio when necessary in the document. Whether you use mixed channels or the seating chart with automatic audio playback is up to you and may depend on your circumstances. If desired, you can also have a user set up to do each. The first step to using automatic audio playback with the seating chart is to set up your audio channels. I'm going to go to my user settings and to the real-time tab. I'll press audio recording, and right now I only have a single default audio recording channel set up. What I want to do is set up a channel for each of my microphones. If I go to my sound devices, I see that I have 3 microphones. These are not all the same microphones. However, if you have a multi-microphone system like a mixer, all of your devices would show up in a similar manner this way. So it doesn't really matter what kind of microphones you're using, as long as each of them show up as a usable device. In my scenario, I have a microphone set up to record the bench where the witness and judge are located. I have a microphone set up to record the plaintiff table, and I have a microphone set up to record the defense table. And so I want a channel for each of these microphones. So in Eclipse, for the first channel, I'm going to go ahead and set that to the bench channel for the judge and witness. I'm going to hit add a channel twice. And for channel number 1, I'm going to set that to the plaintiff microphone. And for channel number 2, I'm going to set that to the defense microphone. And since I already had my settings set to GSM 6.10, 22050 for the first channel, all of my subsequent channels will automatically match that. Since I'm doing automatic multi-channel playback instead of mixed channel playback, all of my inputs should be set to 1 instead of mix. If you're using a mic system that would require an alternate input because it has a multi-input system, you would select the appropriate input. However, you would still not want to select mix. For my devices, they're all input 1, and so this is what they're all set to. Now that I have my 3 channels set up, I can press OK. And I'm going to go to my user settings to the Translate tab, and I'll click on the speaker list. I have my speaker list set up for the witness and speaker 1 and 2 to match my dictionary designations. And you see also, now that I've added multiple channels of audio, I see each of these channels listed in my speaker list as well. These are the channels that are used when using the seating chart. You can access the seating chart anytime through the speaker list, or if I right-click in my info bar to open the View Toggles window, the seating chart is one of the options I can check and uncheck here. You can also access View Toggles through Window and View Toggles. I'm going to start a real-time file, and you see that I have 3 speakers set up, the witness, speaker number 1, and speaker number 2. When I begin this job, I'll be able to associate all 3 of these speakers with a microphone. I'm going to go ahead and fill in speaker names. And I'll press the seating chart and press OK to begin the real-time file. And you see that the seating chart opened when I asked it to. And my real-time file has begun with 3 channels of audio. You can see that each channel is bouncing when I speak, but one of these microphones is clearly closer to me than the other. You can access the seating chart anytime through the speaker list, Or if I right-click in my info bar to open the View Toggles window, the seating chart is one of the options I can check and uncheck here. You can also access View Toggles through Window and View Toggles. The benefit of the seating chart is that it's always going to play you the correct audio. So what I'm going to do is first associate my microphones with my speakers. I'm going to drag the witness here, speaker number 1, Mrs. Smith here, and speaker number 2, Mrs. Jones here. I'm going to associate speaker number 2 with microphone number 2, speaker number 1 with microphone number 1, and I'm going to use microphone channel number 3 for the witness. I'm first going to speak as the witness. And again, I cannot write steno, so please don't expect me to write anything reasonable here as I'm speaking. I just wanted to demonstrate that when I play back this audio at the end of this example, that the correct audio, which as we can see from the speaker list, should be channel number 3, will play back. So as the witness speaks here, it should be channel number 3 that plays back. I'm going to stroke my stroke for speaker number 1, or Miss Smith, and I'm going to speak again. And when I play back the audio at the end of this example for Miss Smith's dialogue, channel number 1 will be the channel that will be listed as the playback channel. I'm going to bring speaker number 2, or Miss Jones, on the record. Any audio that I speak while I'm writing as Mrs. Jones is going to be played back from channel number 2. And again, I can switch to the witness. And when I play back audio from this part of the example, it will be from channel number 3. If I switch to speaker number 1, when I play back this audio, it will be from channel number 1. And if I switch to speaker number 2, when I play back the text spoken by this speaker, it will be from channel number 2, because that's where I've assigned it in the seating chart. I'm going to press Shift-Alt-T to end the translation. And I'm going to leave the seating chart open so that we can just verify the right channels playing back. Before I play back my audio, I do need to go to Settings, Edit, Audio Playback, and make sure that Auto is checked. This will ensure that the right channel is played back when I hit play. I'm going to set the channel number to All, and I'll make sure that Auto is checked. This is what allows Eclipse to play the correct channel. Since Auto is checked, the channel designation may change as you play back your audio, but it's fine to just have it set to All as the default before you get started. Now that I've made sure that All is checked, I can come into my transcript and, with my cursor in a paragraph spoken by the witness, when I hit play, I should see channel number 3, as displayed in my seating chart, come up in the info bar, because the info bar will tell me which channel is playing. So I'm going to press Alt-J.
Here as I'm speaking. I just wanted to demonstrate that when I play back this audio at the end of this example, that the correct audio, which as we can see from the speaker list, should be channel number 3, will play back.
And you see that the audio from channel 3 did indeed play back, and when I hit play,
Here as I'm speaking.
you see that it does say channel 3 in the info bar. I'm going to move down, and I'm going to hit play from Miss Smith's dialogue. I'll hit Alt-J.
And when I play back the audio at the end of this example for Miss Smith's dialogue, channel number 1 will be the channel that will be listed as the playback.
And you see that that audio is different because it's from a different microphone. And again, when I hit play, the channel number is listed in the playback information in the info bar. I'm going to move down to Mrs. Jones. Now I'm in the text that I wrote while I was Mrs. Jones. I'm going to hit play, and you'll see that channel number 2 will show up in the info bar with this audio.
That is recorded while Mrs. Jones is on the record is going to be played back from channel number 2 recordings.
And you see that in the info bar it did indeed say channel 2. And again, when I switch speakers back to the witness, I can hit Alt-J.
And when I play back,
and it switched correctly to channel 3. I'll go back to Miss Smith, and it should switch to channel 1.
speaker number 1.
And when I switch to Miss Jones, we should see channel number 2.
2. When I play,
And if I go to my file manager under Control F, and look for the information for these jobs, you see that I have 3 complete WAV files. Channel number 0 will have all of the information recorded by the witness. Channel number 1 will have all of the data recorded by Miss Smith. And channel number 2 will have all of the data recorded by Miss Jones. And again, you can assign multiple speakers to a microphone if multiple speakers are sharing a microphone, such as at the same table. These files can be used automatically by any of your scopists or proofreaders, as long as you send all of the files, and they go to their user settings to the Edit tab, Audio Playback, and check Auto. And you see that since the last channel we played was channel number 1, that the channel right now is set to channel 1, even though previously I set it to channel all. And that's normal. That's one of the reasons I set that channel to channel all at the beginning, was to demonstrate that this was going to change and that that's okay. As long as you're using a codec that supports it, the speed and threshold changes will still work with this automatic playback system. If you want to set up your seating chart so that your microphones or speakers are always in the same location, instead of setting it up for each job, you can also set that up. I'm going to go to my user settings, to the Translate tab, to the speaker list. I'll choose seating chart. And if I close the speaker list and my user settings, you see that I now have my default seating chart. It's quite small, so what I'm going to do is get it arranged the way that I want it to be. I'm going to get my speakers organized. And I'm going to go to Customize and make this window bigger. Now when I open the seating chart, it has my speakers set up with the microphones with the size that I desire. So when I start a new real-time file, I can fill in my speakers and check seating chart. And the default settings for the visual display of my seating chart have been saved. And so this will save going forward. And again, to make these permanent changes to my seating chart display, instead of a job by job change, I went to Alt-U, Translate, Speaker List, Seating Chart. And the changes that I make to my default entries here will remain. I highly recommend giving automatic channel playback with multi-channel recording in Eclipse a try. It can ensure that you get the clearest audio for each speaker. Thank you for watching this video on automatic channel playback with multi-channel recording in Eclipse. As always, Advantage Software offers anytime support 24/7. Tech support can be reached anytime, including weekends and holidays, at 772-288-3266. Email support is available at support@eclipsecat.com. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you'll be notified when we publish new videos in the future. Thank you so much and have a great day.